Hi guys, and welcome to my video on what AppleScript is. So this video is fairly self-explanatory by the title. It's literally what what AppleScript is, and what it can do. AppleScript is basically a very simple form of coding language that is easy to learn and runs on any Apple iMac. So it'll run on iMacs and MacBooks, but it won't run on iPhones or iPads or stuff like that. So anything which has an app called Script Editor, it'll work on. So Script Editor is basically what runs AppleScript. So if you just open it, it'll be in your applications folder in utilities, or you can just access it through Spotlight. Open a new document, and I've already got a script copied to my keyboard, which is to my clipboard, which is choose from list script. So if I hit compile, which basically just makes sure that the script works and will actually do stuff. Compile isn't always 100% accurate, so maybe you can compile something and it will compile properly, but then it won't run. Sometimes it will compile properly. Sometimes it. Oh, never mind. So basically, what this does is it's a choose from list. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna pop up with a little text box thingy with an option to say hi or bye, with the title AppleScript and obviously a prompt to choose. If the result is hi, then it's going to display dialog hello. If the result is bye, then it's going to display the dialog see ya. So it's actually really simple. This is one of the simplest things you can do with AppleScript. You can do much more complicated things than this, like change the desktop background and even change the brightness, which may sound simple considering changing the volume is literally just set volume 10 or 5 or 4 or whatever, whereas changing the brightness, you think it would just be set brightness 10, etc., but it's not. It doesn't work. You need to open settings and adjust a preference pane, which is very difficult to do actually. But basically what happens if you run this is it does this. So this is what the text thingy looks like. If I select hi, it'll say hello. If I select bye, it'll say see ya. The thing about AppleScript is that there are different ways you can write different scripts. For instance, you can tell apps to do things. You can't exactly tell Minecraft to make an amazing structure. You can't do that, but you can tell app Minecraft activate. Let's see if I still have Minecraft. I'm not sure if I do. And tell, and then basically just run it. Yeah, and it will open the application. That is pretty much the most simple thing you can do, but there are other ways you can write that. I think this will work. So that is my preferred way of writing, but I'm fairly sure you can write it like this, to activate. I think that'll work. Yeah, it did. So that is a way to write it, but I personally prefer the enter, activate, enter. But you can do stuff like this, so you can add a delay. You can set a timer for yourself. So delays always works in seconds. So I am going to delay 10 seconds and then quit. So it'll open Minecraft, wait 10 seconds, and then it'll quit it. They are 10 full seconds, so it takes longer than you'd expect. It's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there we go. You can do that with any app, but the thing is you have to type it exactly how it's written in your applications folder, so you can do it with notes. I'm going to quit it anyway. I'll get an error handler here because I'll stop. That is basic things. You can display dialogue. This is just one of the easiest things to do. Display dialogue. Hi. You can literally. Oh, start the dialog. You can literally just like do that, and it's the easiest script you can choose files to do. The easiest way to choose a file is to set result of choose file to file. It should work. Blank white. Okay. Tell file. This might not work actually. Tell file open, because I haven't told it. Activate, maybe? I'm not sure if that'll work. No, I don't think so. You can do stuff like that. Some of the Apple scripts that I've made is this Google one. So you can search YouTube, search Google, search. They do work. I'll show you. Search. Hi. See? Images, etc. It does videos, maps. It does pretty much anything you can think of associated with Google, including mail. I made a privacy assistant, so if you enter your master password, you can edit a folder, or also has files, so you can have private notes. It's just in there. You can have a private passwords, which I'm not going to open because I actually do use it for passwords. There's also folders, like I have my secret scripts folder in there. Scripts. Spell it right. And I've got my AppleScript folder. I am not going to open that. What it does, actually I'm not going to tell you what it does, that'll take way too long. That is a virus that I made. It's not an intense destroy your computer virus. It's a scream in terror, shut down your computer, open your computer, computer's fine virus. Yeah. Basically it changes your desktop wallpaper to this really creepy image. Says help me in a terrifying voice. A couple of seconds later it comes up with virus detected on your computer. It says I see you in a very creepy way. It inverts your screen violently like this, except much faster because there's absolutely no delay in between. You can do stuff like that. I have a little cheat sheet in my home folder called, yeah, there it is. So this is my folder of cheat sheets. It is basically a folder of scripts, which just little scripts on how to do stuff. So you can get file paths to yourself. So you can set the file. This is what I use for icons in display dialogues. So you know earlier we did a display dialogue. We can actually add icons to it on the side, like that. You can actually send emails as well. You can do multiple line entries, but that uses an app called Pashua, which is essentially runs off a different language. So I have it, but I don't really know how to use it. So it's really complicated, and that's just to get 2 lines. So you know this, how you enter text. Basically what that does is it adds 2 separate texts. You need to have an extra third-party app which you can't open directly. So all this script here is just to get the Pashua path. So that's pretty interesting. That is to choose from. Oh, that was the choose from list we did earlier. Oh, this is the invert colors one. So I'm gonna change it. Oh yeah, you can do repeats. So it'll repeat something how many times you tell it, or you can get rid of the 100 times, it will just repeat infinitely. That is not recommended. So this gives you seizures. Yeah, there we go. So that basically uses system events to enter keys. So if I take out that and write hi, get that again, it should, when I run it, get rid of the repeats because they're completely unnecessary. Oh. Probably because it's a key code. Oh. You can also play songs. That is, as you can see, it's path to me as string. So what this path to me as string and contents resources is, when you save this as an app, because you do that and you just make a new one and save it as an application, it will run as an app when you open it, so you don't need to go through the whole script thing. You can right click on it and I'll actually save it. Application, desktop, save. It runs as an app, it won't do anything, there's no script. Show package contents, resources, and that's where you put everything. Like, that's where I put icons or songs. So if I put a MP3 file called yay.mp3 into that folder and type yay.mp3 there, then that would play the yay.mp3 inside the application itself. That is what I use for my prank. That's the get file path to me. That's the one that I use most, actually. You can hide applications that way. Oh yeah, this is the adjust brightness. See, it's surprisingly long instead of just the set volume, which is just essentially to do a very similar thing. So, just to prove that it works, see, it opens that and it turns it way down to 0. But it's a good prank is to just add a delay of 0.3 there and repeat it. You can repeat it however many times you want, so you can get it to repeat for ages. So I'll just repeat it 20 times. Then they, as long as the script is running, can't turn their volume up. Not their volume, their brightness. Okay, I'm probably going to do a lower delay. Delay's my point. Yeah, it needs a delay. Okay, let's try it now. So this whole time, yeah, I cannot turn my brightness up. Okay. So that is the brightness thing. Oh yeah, this took ages and it only works in an application format, so I can't run it from the script. Yeah, I can run it from the script, but you can't run it while you're making the script. So script editor, AppleScript, cheat sheets, images. So what this does is it has to read from txt files inside the app itself, because it tries to read the terminal command, which goes into terminal. It tries to read that. And because AppleScript is so fussy and I can't do that because it won't work. Oh yeah, it will because it's unidentified. It doesn't work, so you need to separate it apart like that. So if I run this, it does that. It full screens it using key commands, and then it pluses it, and it does that, which is a pretty good prank. And in my virus that you saw earlier, it does this while reading Moby Dick from a cold website. So it's pretty funny. That's the very end of the virus. Close. So as you can see, it keystrokes F. Oh, that's what I was missing before. Okay. So if you wanted to type something, you do something like get rid of the commands, keystroke, hi, run, oh, enter. Always got to have an enter. No. Yeah, see, did it. But you can add massively long things. Run. Yeah, there we go. See, and it's exactly the same. So that works pretty well. You can use that quite handily. It's like an auto typer, I guess. You can also get results from stuff like that. Oh yeah, I haven't told you how to do that. Basically, this thing, the enter text, is done like display dialogue, hi, and then display dialogue hi with I think you get rid of default answer with default answer and then blank. You can set default answer, but it's generally better not to. Yeah, see, and then you can enter text. Basically, if you wanted to do something, if text returned of the result is notes, you can also type contains. So if it contains the word notes, then it'll do that. You can either do is or contains. If text returned the result contains notes, then tell notes activate tell. Alright, go do an else if text returned the result contains a word, and tell that. So there's 3 pages. And tell that pages there. Oh, and if you've always got to do the end ifs and the end tells. So hi, I want to open notes. Yeah, there we go. So that is how you do that. Basically, the Google app looks like that, except it uses sets to get the search. So if I just open the Google app, yeah, see, there are all the icons that I use for the resources. So this is the script. It's quite long. So you see, it's got every way of spelling it. Does news, maps, translate, etc. So that's basically all it is. It's very similar. So this is how I've done the search. So set search to text returned of, then the default answer, open location. So that's basically the URL without what you would search, and then it adds the search onto the end, which basically makes the URL to put into Safari. Yeah, you can open locations in Safari. So if script editor document, if you wanted to open a website in Safari, then you could just tell app Safari activate. We'll do that first. Open location www.google.com. I'm not sure if it needs a HTTP. It might actually. Let's try that. So I'll just click Safari. So Safari is not open. Run it. Yeah, there we go. So I opened Google. That works with any website. Shell scripts. I haven't told you about shell scripts. Shell scripts pretty much would run any terminal command. So you can do a shell script to delete the actual app itself. So I'm going to actually, I'll run this on titles. Find that shell script. AppleScript cheat sheets. Self-destruct. Okay. Save that. So this should disappear. Yeah, there we go. So basically, you can add that to the end of your script and it'll delete itself. That's quite a handy thing to do. So there's one more thing that I want to show you, and that is say hi. But you can also like set the volume to set volume 10. Repeat 10. Say hi. Delay 1 and repeat. So you can get your computer,
Hi. Hi.
You can get your computer to spam hi, and you can put that on like 500 times, and it will drive the person crazy.
Hi.
So I'll keep saying this 10 times, and you see it keeps going up to 10. Every time it repeats, it goes up to volume 10. Oh, it's finished. There we go. So that is basically AppleScript. You can make lots of stuff with it. It's a very useful tool. It has something similar to it called Automator, which runs very differently. It isn't a coding language. It looks like this. You basically select actions like delete Outlook items, stuff like that. It's a lot easier than AppleScript, hypothetically, but I find AppleScript just an easier layout, and all you have to know the code instead of just dragging something together. It's better in my opinion. So that concludes today's video. I will come back with more specific tutorials, like how to change the desktop wallpaper and how to play a song particularly, etc, stuff like that, apps, exactly how to do that emoji thing. But that's it for today, so thanks for watching guys, and bye.